Hi folks, this is Steve, the Tribe of One. This video is going to be kind of a mini sequel to the previous video, which was mastering the media page. That video ran kind of long because we did a step-by-step walkthrough of the user reference manual, and so I didn't get a chance to cover the clone tool. But I want to go into detail with that now because this can be a real quick video. It's not very hard, it's not very complicated. Now, what cloning is, or I should say what the difference between cloning your files and copying your files is that during the copy process, like when you go into Windows File Explorer, click on a file, hit Control-C, go to a different location, and hit Control-V to paste it, there's no checksum done. Windows doesn't run an algorithm or a mathematical function to make sure that it's perfectly reproduced. Now, when you clone something, either using a third-party software that clones files, or by using the clone tool, which is incorporated directly into Davinci Resolve, so you don't have to back out of the software and open a different software, it will do a checksum value based on whichever system you choose. It's by default it's set to MD5, and that's what I use. I haven't really found a reason to change that, but if you'd like to, you can. And we'll show you all that when we actually clone a file. But if you have some media, that cannot be reproduced, perhaps you shot something on location during your trip to Alaska, and now you're back home and you really want to make absolute sure that when you import that into your project to make a video that it's perfectly reproduced, you'd want to use the clone tool. Now here I'm in an empty untitled project just to show you the use of the clone tool, but you can use this in your active project. So when you're in your project, go down here to the bottom left to the media page, and then up here you will see the clone tool. You'll see this little window open that says no jobs in queue. What you want to do is hit add job. Then you'll see the source and destination. Go back over here to your media browser and go to the location on your system that has the source folder that holds your videos or your footage or your stills. It doesn't have to be video, it can be anything. Now, a lot of times that might be perhaps the SD card that you took out of your camera and have plugged into the SD slot of your computer. So you would just navigate down to that location. I've saved these as favorites so I didn't have to go searching through my folder hierarchy. So I'm going to go to this folder here, which has a video that I took of an injury that I gave myself using a brand new razor sharp set of chisels. And I want to clone that. So let's just stop that. That's kind of gross. Now what I want to do is grab the entire folder that file is. And you can't grab individual files. If I try to grab this file and drag it over here to source, you see the little circle with the line through it. It won't let me drop it. You actually have to grab the whole folder. So I have that video in this folder titled SCA. I'll grab that, drag it over to the source folder, and now it's there. Then I want to go to where I'm going to clone it to, and I've created a folder called cloned right here, and that is empty at the moment, and I will take that and drag that over to here. Now you can go up to the three dots and you can choose which checksum type you want to use. By default it's set to MD5. You can either choose none or one of the other checksum types. I'm not real familiar with all of these. I know that MD5 is the one that has been used for years. Every time that I've had to maybe download things that do a checksum, they always use the MD5, so I just leave it on that. I haven't had any problems with that. Now you go ahead and say clone. Now it says complete. So if I open up my File Explorer and go to my cloned folder, you will see that the video file itself, this MP4 file, has been duplicated, and also there is a MD5 sum text showing you the MD5 value. So basically when nothing happens, when you get no kind of error, it means that it completed, it did the checksum, and it was duplicated perfectly. I haven't actually tried this yet where I got any kind of error, so that just proves that the system works very well. And it's as simple as that. Now you have perfectly duplicated your files. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and the next video that's going to be released in a day or two will be the second sequel to the media page, and that will be about relinking media that has come offline. If you've used Davinci Resolve for any period of time, I'm sure you've seen that dreaded screen, the big red screen that says media offline, and so we'll cover that next. So until the next video, live to learn and learn to live.